Are you serious? Are you serious? Okay, guys, there's a lot going on in the Middle East. I want to start, first of all, there's an article just hit the Jerusalem Post, uh, and the United States is expected to reject a United Nations General Assembly resolution that's calling on Israel to return the Golan Heights to Syria. Are you serious? U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, said that in the past years, the United States has abstained when these cynical resolutions come for a vote. But not this time. However, given the resolution's anti-Israeli bias, as well as the militarization of the Syrian Golan border, because you have the Russians there, the Iranians are close, the Syrians are there, and a worsening humanitarian crisis, this year the United States decided to vote no on this resolution, not just to step back and abstain. Israel captured the Golan Heights, of course, during that 1967 war when Israel was attacked by the Syrians from the Golan Heights, as well as the Lebanese attack from the north, the Jordanians attacked from the south, the Egyptians attacked from the Sinai, and the Palestinians rose up within the streets of Jerusalem. So Israel, after capturing the Golan Heights in 67, never gave it back. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has asked that the Trump administration recognize that the Golan Heights is now a part of the sovereign Israel. I mean, it's theirs, okay? Well, that's been 50 years. President Trump has not publicly responded to this request by U.S. Ambassador to Israel, David Freeman, has told the media he expects that the Golan Heights would remain in Israel's hands forever. And late last night, Nikki Haley, the UN ambassador for the United States to the United Nations, said the United States will no longer abstain when the United Nations engage in this useless annual vote every year on the Golan Heights. We're just going to simply vote no. Now, while that's going on, it's very important to know that there's been conflict again on the Palestinian. Dozens of Palestinians have been wounded in clashes with Israeli troops at the Gaza border here in the last 40 minutes. Of course, this happens a lot of times on Friday, right after Friday prayers. Dozens of Palestinians, remember, this is a ceasefire going on right now, and Hamas agreed to this, but dozens of Palestinians have been injured. 3 people have been gravely wounded, as Gaza's health ministry is saying. 4 days after the ceasefire, Palestinian organizers encourage mass protest again on the border. And so it got ugly again. 40 people have been injured in the protest along the border between Israel and the Gaza Strip. And of course, of those injured, 3 are considered to be in serious condition. 8 were hit by live Israeli fire. Protesters started backing away from the border between Israel and the coastal enclave later here, but we've still got a situation developing. So we're watching that. Remember, this is a ceasefire days. This is happening during a ceasefire. That's not good. And while that's going on, we also have the fact that there are lawmakers now in the Israeli government calling for new elections. Some are wanting to get rid of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Okay, and that 2 hours ago, this report just came out in a meeting with the education minister, Mr. Bennett. Netanyahu said that the rumors that a decision has been made to go to an early election are not correct. He's rebuking this report, but nearly all of the Likud coalition partners have called to go to an early election as soon as possible. Of course, after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu publicly continued to express hope that it wouldn't happen this afternoon, Netanyahu met with the Minister of Education to discuss the government's future, but a lot of folks are calling for a new elections after the Defense Ministry resigned, Mr. Lieberman, and he said that he and his party, which make up this coalition government for Netanyahu, would be calling for brand new elections. Netanyahu could be on his way out. There seems like there's a global shift going on. I'm going to talk about that during our live broadcast. And I'm going to say this, ever since the American election and the House of Representatives has shifted back the power to the Democrats, who haven't even got in position yet, not till January 3rd, there's been a shift going on globally. Theresa May may do a vote of confidence on her at any time. It could happen Monday, some of the reports I've been getting. There's been a shift by lawmakers in the U.S. Congress of trying to kill that huge arms deal that the President of the United States made with Saudi Arabia over the Khashoggi murder. And the Saudi Arabians who have been blamed for it. Saudi Arabia is going to, looks like, execute 5 people who are involved in it. But that must not be working for the lawmakers in America. So there's a major shift there. We also have a major shift going on in other areas of the world. It seems like the situation, we're seeing all kinds of things change. The Brexit, the Saudi Arabian deal, the House of Representatives, and this is Israel. If they vote for a vote of no confidence against Netanyahu, that would be another major shift. So it looks like something's going on here as it relates to geopolitical agendas across the globe on some of the major events that we've been talking about over the last 2 years. All of it here in the last 2 weeks. Where does this go from here? So we're going to be talking about these things during our live broadcast today. Don't miss it. We'll be live at our backup channel at Paul Begley Prophecy Channel on YouTube. You can also watch it on new live stream and Roku satellite television. Always go to my website, paulbegleyprophecy.com. We'll be live there. And you can also watch it live at my son's website, The Crusader Journal. And then, of course, this main YouTube channel will play the archive of it as well. So there's a lot going on. You don't want to miss these things. We're in the end times, folks. Give your life to Jesus Christ. Seriously, we are running out of time. Are you serious? Are you saved?